Hello, everybody. Me and Lauren were trying to come up with a cute intro.
Hello.
I know. We're just trying to change it up. And honestly, we've been dancing for the last hour. So if you guys don't follow us on TikTok, today's the day. Today is the day me and Lauren have been. Do y'all like that intro? I mean,
yeah.
10 out of 10. Happy birthday, Lindsay.
First of all, happy birthday, HBD.
Yes, Lindsay is a frequent flyer here at the MGL channel. So happy birthday. And also happy, what day is it, Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday, it's our live day.
I know I got to go live twice this week.
Happy hump day.
Hump day.
What day is it?
Do they make those commercials anymore? The hump day with the camel in the office?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, those were hilarious. If you guys remember that, let us know. I love those.
Carol says, quietest intro ever.
Yeah, we're not like, hey,
we're just trying to switch it up. I don't know.
You know, maybe that's what people like.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are like, y'all scared me.
I know.
Like, we'll come on live and they're like, you scared me?
Oh my God. Do you want to know what else is scary?
What?
Since we're going to talk about scary things.
What?
The fact that our price is fixing to increase.
Oh, I know. And like, I guess, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like 6 days.
Yes.
6 days,
Y'all,
everybody.
I feel like Alicia and I had been hinting to it a long time ago.
It's been months.
It's been months that we've been trying to hint to it. Told y'all it was coming, but y'all, if you're on the fence, if you're a lurker, if you've not joined us, now is definitely the time to do it.
Yes.
Because like we said, that price is going up February the 1st. So get your price locked in. Whether you want to go monthly or whether you want to go yearly, getting that price locked in, y'all, this is the lowest that it's going to go. Best, $40 off, grandfathered in, $151.88. You are never, ever, ever going to get this price again.
And if you sign up for yearly or monthly, you're going to be grandfathered into that price. So like whenever it goes up, it's not going to go up for you.
Right.
So you're just guaranteeing yourself, like whenever things get crazy and the prices go up, like you're locked in. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you're done. So that is, like she said, even for monthly. So if you just want to get locked in at that $20 a month, you're like, Lauren, I can't afford the $151 right now. Y'all, I get it. We both get it. We're in the same boat as you all. So that is okay. You still get locked in at that lower price because even monthly it's going up to $27.99 a month.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal, y'all.
Yeah, but you know, even on Monday, Tanner was talking about how we have really put in a lot, especially last year. I feel like we've updated so many things. We updated the 30 days to master your Cricut.
Yes.
We've added new courses. We're really going hard on our master classes, which are member only crafts and stuff like that, like techniques and things like that. And we have been very active in like social media and stuff like that, like trying to be more active.
Right.
So that's the difference between what it is now and what it was, say, a year or so ago.
Right.
So it's not like we're just increasing the price for no reason. I feel like we've added the value to it.
Sin just corrected me. It's not $27.99. It's just $27. My bad. But we did have a really good question. Someone said, new here, membership for what? So let's just go ahead for those that might be new in our comments. I know a lot of our friends are here. They know what we are, but maybe we have someone that's new and doesn't really know and that one needs an explanation. So we here at Members Gonna Learn, we have an online crafting membership. And what you get with that membership, if you join Makers Gonna Learn, you get, first of all, over 10,000 cut files. Free, you get it done.
And growing every month.
And growing. We add at least 1,000 every month. So that library is growing. We have over 1,000 fonts that you get for free. Download it to your computer, use it not just in your Cricut, but any of your die cutting machines, whether you have a Cricut, a Silhouette, a Brothers Scan and Cut, so many different die cutting machines. Really, it's files that you're gonna get, but not only that, if you are a Cricut user, you get access to education where we teach you, for example, Alicia was talking about the 30 days to master your Cricut. You get to sit down and learn in 30 days. If you wanna take 30 days, you can do it in less, but you will learn how to master your Cricut. We also have a Silhouette beginners course. We have a beginner Brothers Scan and Cut course for those that uses those. We have a lot of master classes that you get with member-only content. But my absolute favorite thing about our membership is, y'all, you get commercial licensing to use these cut files to turn around and sell your projects.
And that's priceless,
That's
in
huge.
my opinion. Yeah, that's huge.
So, and another big difference is with Makers Gonna Learn, once you download those files, they're yours. We stand behind what we do and what we bring to our members that we feel like you're going to benefit from being a member. But like with Cricut Access, if you use Cricut Access files, once you're like, you know, Cricut Access isn't for me, you don't get access to those files anymore.
Right.
That's completely different with us. With Makers Gonna Learn, you actually get access to those for life. We're not gonna come around and be like, oh, we're the SVG police, you gotta give that back.
You downloaded one of our files, give it back.
We don't do that.
No. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, I mean, that honestly, even just having the access to the files like for a lifetime, anything you download, you're gonna get to keep for yourself forever.
Yes.
So there's a lot of value in that too. So now if you, for some reason, cancel your membership or something, obviously the commercial license kind of falls away. So if you're wanting to sell your crafts, you want to maintain that membership as long as you possibly can. Because
Absolutely.
a commercial license is expensive.
It is.
It's expensive.
It's very expensive.
So
this is all also self-paced. Carol wanted me to make sure that you all know that. That way, she said that's what sold her. Everything is self-paced. You don't have to do this in a time frame.
Right.
If you're a busy working person, then you can come and you say, okay, I can do 5 of the 30 days today, but I can't touch it again for 10 more days. Y'all, it's all self-paced. You learn as you go. We're here to help and support you. You also get access to our member-only Facebook group, which is also huge. I absolutely love the community
so
there.
fun over there.
When I first started with Makers Gonna Learn and I joined they put me in the Facebook or the member-only Facebook group, that community, I was blown away at how welcoming and loving and supportive and helpful that everything is, because I don't know about you, but I feel like a lot of the internet, I feel like it's gotten better. But when we were growing up, a lot of the internet was just negative and down.
People are learning etiquette.
They are learning
slowly
etiquette.
but surely.
But I fell in love with the community because of how welcoming and just a really great place to be.
Well, and Monday, Tanner was asking me, he was like, what most surprised you about the membership, or what's your favorite part of the membership? And I said the Facebook community, because I just didn't realize whenever I started getting in there, I didn't realize how close-knit everybody was, and I didn't realize how welcoming they would be to me, because I was a new person at the time. And, I really, really appreciate the community that we have more than anything, because they're so helpful. I mean, y'all, if you become a member today and you get into the Facebook group and you have just got your Cricut and you're like, I don't even know what type of vinyl to use, I guarantee you're going to get like 5-10 comments of people just being like, these are the brands, this is the type. It's just very, very helpful. It's like having a little Cricut buddy in your back pocket. Honestly. So I love that.
Really.
And honestly, if y'all start coming to our lives, like if you're new and you start like, hey, I want to see these lives, you can turn on post notifications, and every time we go live, you can know. But you'll see, like Megan's here, Lindsay's here, Flora, Marina. Like, I know so many of you all now just from
Carol,
doing
Steffi,
lives. Everybody. So it's fun.
Jeanette asked, I'm sorry, but what did you guys say about commercial license? So just really quick before we jump in, commercial license, if you are a Makers Gonna Learn member, while you are still a member, as long as you are a member, you have commercial licenses to actually use the files that we provide for you all to put on different blanks to turn around and sell for a profit for yourself. And you can actually access that commercial license from your dashboard. We did just update our website. Our website is very new. I love our new website. And you can actually access that commercial license from the website, so that if you have to have proof, maybe you're a vendor somewhere and they want proof that you have commercial licensings for what you sell, you have access to that. So that is there for you. And that is really a big seller for a lot of people.
Yeah, it really is. So, but if y'all have more questions like throughout the live, feel free to ask. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the craft, because this is kind of like a lengthy one.
Absolutely.
But fun. So let's get started. So we're gonna be making shaker style letters, and like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me. I love shaker anything in paper crafting, like shaker Christmas ornaments, shaker literally anything. I'm obsessed with it because it's got glitter. And if you're like, what is a shaker? Let me just show you. So this, if we can go overhead, let me just shake. I'm gonna knock some of these loose. So you can see I've cut out like little hearts, and there's like confetti in there, and like, how fun is this, y'all? Especially for like a little birthday party, or I'm making little Valentine's ones for, like, my daughter is Ruby, and then we've got Ivy and Scarlett at her daycare. So I'm gonna make them cute little Valentine's 3D shaker letters. So there's lots of tutorials out there for shaker style, like cake toppers. I feel like that's probably the most popular type. But what we're gonna do today is basically manipulate one of our 3D letter files and turn it into one of these shakers. So y'all know, if you've been here for any amount of time, I love to manipulate our SVG files. I don't know why, it just empowers me as a crafter. I love taking files and tearing them apart and making things that I want from my brain onto the Cricut design space. So let's go ahead and go over everything you're gonna need. So I've got a few things here. Where should we even start? Obviously, you guys are gonna need cardstock, so let's move all this stuff off here. So I've got multiple different types or colors of cardstock, and I'm also gonna be using some scrapbook paper today. So I've got this white, I've got, I'm not using any copy paper, so most of this stuff is pretty thick. I'm gonna say you wanna stick around like 60 to 80, 80%, 60 to 80 pound cardstock. And I've got some little scraps here we're gonna use. So I've got red, white, and then this is the pink Ashley Falco. And listen, if you don't know who Ashley Falco is, I'm gonna recommend that you guys go follow her on Instagram. Does she have a YouTube channel? Am I crazy?
I don't know.
She might have a YouTube. I know she's like heavy on Instagram. She has a website called Celebration Warehouse. If you go to her Instagram, you can follow the links through there. And actually, I think I linked her paper below for this project. This paper is so good, and she makes a shed-proof glitter cardstock.
The shed-proof glitter cardstock
It's amazing.
Is a game changer.
It really is.
I just got finished making a flip card for Make-a-thon. I had to think there for a minute. I just got done making a flip card for Make-a-thon. We didn't have the right color non-shed Ashley Falco glitter paper, and it literally got everywhere. I'm telling you, that non-shed glitter paper,
I know.
I'm obsessed.
It's not because she doesn't have it, it's because we didn't have it. We have lots of her glitter colors. We just didn't have the one Lauren needed.
Yes, we just hadn't purchased the color that I needed.
Yeah, but her color, she has a huge color selection, and you can get like little sample cards, I think. I don't know if she sent us that or if you can order those, but we got sample cards of like all the colors. So Ashley Falco, she's our new fave. And then I've got a piece of acetate or mylar. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't really know the difference between acetate and mylar. I use the name interchangeably. These are acetate sheets, so they're like a clear, just a flimsy clear piece. This is gonna hold all of our glitter in. So cardstock, acetate sheet, standard grip mat. You can use a new light grip mat as well for these paper projects. I've got some foam tape or foam squares will work perfectly. We're gonna be cutting this up anyways. I have some Crafter's Precision fine line glue, a hot glue gun. This is a precision hot glue gun. If you have a non-precision hot glue gun, like a standard one, I would recommend investing in a precision hot glue gun if you're wanting to do paper crafts. It's just helpful in preventing like the glue from seeping out. And then I've got an ATG gun. I'll explain more about what this is. I've got some chunky glitter. Now for these projects, you do not want to use fine glitter. You're gonna want to use any type of chunky glitter, or even like confetti would work really cute. You can kind of get creative with what goes in there as long as it's not super thick, but you want it to be chunky. The fine glitter will static to the acetate sheet. So that's why I don't recommend doing fine glitters for these. You can, but I just feel like it sticks to it. It's so staticky. Y'all know what I'm talking about, how glitter sticks to stuff sometimes.
Yes.
And then I've got an X-Acto knife, pair of scissors. These are some tweezers. I have a scoring adaptive tool with a scoring wheel on it, a bone folder. If you are new to paper crafting, you're probably like, what in the world? First of all, bone folder. What a name.
What a name.
This is
I wonder if it's because, it looks like
bone.
It looks like ivory or bone. Like, I wonder if at one point that's why they were called a bone
Yeah,
folder.
like it originated from that?
Yeah.
I don't know, y'all. If y'all know the history behind the bone folder, let us know.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what it's called. You can
Or maybe it's just because it's bone colored.
Maybe, but like they can make these in literally any color.
I don't know.
Anyways, they're very handy for making your creases crispy. And y'all know I like crispy edges.
So crispy.
So crispy.
So crispy.
And then I've got just like a random scrapbook paper here that I just grabbed before I came in here. We can use whatever you want. So like on the inside of these, I like to put a patterned scrapbook paper just to add a little pizzazz. So grab some of that, and y'all, that's it. Other than your maker, I'm gonna be doing a print and then cut add-on to this, but you can make these shakers without doing this print and cut feature.
There we go. We have 3 answers.
Okay.
They were originally made out of bone. Jane says out of ox bone.
Interesting.
There we go.
What crafter was getting an ox bone and like,
let's use
let's go out to
let's use this to crease our paper.
ooh, an ox bone. Like literally.
I mean, it's awesome.
Oh, used originally for folding letters and traditionally made of wood, bamboo, or genuine bone.
Okay.
Listen, people in the old days were like the
Japanese
most resourceful.
origami.
Okay.
Fish bones. Oh, listen, I love to learn
Y'all are
new things.
knowledgeable.
Yeah.
I love
Just
that.
a well of knowledge.
A well
I love
of knowledge.
to learn.
Also, speaking of like being resourceful and cute, and I don't know why this doesn't really have anything to do with it, but look at this shirt. Lauren embroidered this and had this sewn on the back. These are MGL colors.
Yep.
Aren't they so cute? I love it. Anyways, had to show that off. So let's hop into the website and like start getting into the good stuff. So I'm on the Makers Gonna Learn website, makersgonnalearn.com if you're new here, and I am under the 3D file section. So these are all of our 3D letters, and y'all, we have letters and numbers. So if you're ever looking to do any of these, we've got every letter and number that you need. But you know, I'm gonna do an S today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and download this. It's gonna pull into a zip folder, and we're gonna double click that zip folder. And then it's gonna pull in as an SVG. So I'm just gonna click, drag, and we gotta update Cricut.
No.
Heck, y'all.
Well, open Q&A.
Normally updates normally they don't take that long, but it's like creeping a little bit. So
Laura says, Tanner inspired me to make cards, so I made Christmas cards for free. Christmas cards for friends and family, and now everyone wants me to make all the cards for every occasion and willing to pay for them.
That's amazing, Flora.
That is absolutely amazing.
I love that. Y'all know that's where Tanner started. He made cards.
Yeah.
And we had...
And there was one picture where he was like, I didn't even know how to flip the card the right way. And
that's
it was
hilarious.
Instead of opening up from, I guess, the right to the left.
He was flipping it this way.
It was going this way.
We love that.
Love that.
I also made cards and had an Etsy shop, but me and Tanner didn't know it. Like whenever I was way younger, and I didn't use a Cricut. I didn't even know what a Cricut was. Tanner did. He was ahead of the game. He's always ahead of the game. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know a Cricut was a machine back then. But that was when they were like, had the dies. That was like when you had had the things for it, right?
So the expressions, the Cricut expressions, I actually had one of those. Mom did. Mom got one. And we never used it because we had no clue how to use it. But not only that, but the actual cartridges were pretty expensive.
That's what I was thinking. I'm trying to get logged in, y'all. Give me 2.5 seconds.
Yeah. Lindsay said, I have a question I've been wanting to ask. What are the grid cut files used for?
Oh.
Bring me that over here. I know the login.
You know, okay, Lauren knows. I can explain grids really quick.
Yeah.
So the grids are basically like...
put me on there so I can, now do that. Is that one right?
I don't know. Here, okay. I'll let you have the mouse. Lauren's going to get us logged in. If y'all have been on our website, we have a section titled grids Those are for basically like a guideline for you to lay out your text and stuff in Design Space. So it kind of gives you like a little bit of like it's a guideline. And then you can plug in the letters and words and images in place of those. And so it helps you lay out your design a little bit easier. I feel like sometimes we can get overwhelmed, like, ooh, I don't know how to lay something out. And I actually did a tutorial on, it was the...
What?
Is it not letting us log in? Hold on. Technical difficulties.
That's what it has been.
Okay, sign it. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone, everybody. Hold the phone.
Is the email correct?
I thought so. Oh, no. Put an ER after, just retype it in. Normally, everything stays logged in, and I know y'all get it.
Boom, got it.
We love it. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't log out of anything. If I log out, I'm logged out forever. I can't remember passwords, much less other people's passwords.
Yes.
Okay, Jamie had a question. Lauren, do you want to address?
Yes, so Jamie asked, hi, if I sign up for today for the annual membership with the $40 off, would it be the same for the following year, or would I pay the extra $40 going forward? Jamie, if you sign up using the code BEST today and you get that $40 off, you are locked in year after year after year for $151.88. No matter what we go up on our price. I don't care if we go up on our price to $300. If you are grandfathered in, which I don't ever see us, I don't think we'll ever go up to $300. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, if we went up to $10,000.
Right.
And you were grandfathered in at $151.88, you're there.
Forever.
You're locked. You're there until you cancel.
Right.
You're there. Nothing changes.
Okay, so if y'all were like kind of zoned out, I want y'all to zone back in. We're about to start the tutorial. The Design Space portion is like heavy in this tutorial. So I want y'all to make sure you're paying attention. So I went ahead and uploaded my image into Design Space. Now, if I were to cut this right now, it would just be the S. There would not be a shaker portion of the letter. So what we're going to need to do is break our file apart. So you can see whenever you pull in these 3D images, they come in as one unit. So before I do anything, I want to pick the size of my image. I'm thinking that I want to do like a 6 to 7 inch letter. This is my tip for you, hack if you will. I'm gonna pull in a square shape the size of what I want my letter to be. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna make this 7 inches right here. What I'm gonna do now, while everything is still grouped together, you do not wanna resize sections of your 3D files without resizing all of them. You cannot do that because everything will be off. So while it's all together, I'm gonna go ahead and resize my image to the size that I want it to be. Let's see, that is perfect. And here, I'll bring it to the front so y'all can really see. So you can see my S is almost entirely fitting inside of this 7 inch square. Beautiful, right? So now I can just get rid of my little square and everything will be from here on out should remain the same exact size. We are going to be cutting up this file, but we're not going to be resizing anything unless we resize it all together. So what I did, and I had to write a list, y'all, because there's a lot of layers. So I wrote a list, and honestly, let's go overhead. I'll just show you guys my list. If you want to make one of these and you want to screenshot this, I feel like this could be helpful for somebody.
Yes. So let's take a pause. Screenshot that list that Alicia has made because Alicia is a list girl, and sometimes I'm not so much a list girly like Alicia is, but seeing someone else's list really helps me.
Yes.
So this is great for you all to take a screenshot of that list and then make sure that you go step by step.
Yes, and I'm going to explain what I mean by all of this. So basically what we're going to need, what we have already is right here is our bottom layer. Right here is our top layer, and then these are our 3D pieces. This is what makes the letter 3D. So this kind of sandwiches in between the bottom and the top layer. What we don't have is our acetate layer, our border that goes on top, and then the printed paper layer. So we need to create that for ourselves. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ungroup everything. So now you can see the S's are by themselves, and then all of this is a unit. Okay, what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to take a shape, just a basic shape, just a square, and I'm gonna unlock it up here to make it skinny. Okay, I'm just going to hover over that, and I'm gonna click and drag and select the square as well as the letters, and we're just gonna hit slice. This is going to duplicate our letter. So now we've got top layer, bottom layer, and look, let's just check them off as we go, just so y'all can know. So I've got my bottom layer, my top layer, and my 3D pieces, and then even right here, I've got my printed paper layer, but I still need my acetate layer, border layer, and my inset border layer. So let's go ahead and duplicate this 3 times because we're missing 3 layers. 1, 2, 3. So altogether, we've got 6 layers. Is it bothering y'all that this is all backwards?
Just flip them all horizontally.
I'm gonna flip them because it's bothering me and I feel like it's hard for y'all to understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Perfect. I love it.
There we go. Now we need to keep this back one backwards, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So we're gonna keep that one that direction. Okay, so what I like to do is make sure I've got all of my layers. So we made an acetate layer, a border layer, and an inset border layer. Now, the printed paper layer is gonna remain solid. The acetate layer is gonna remain solid, but my border layer and my inset border layer, we're gonna need to create. Now, what I'm saying when I say border and inset border, let's go overhead. So you all can see the eye has this pink border around it. That's our border layer. This white right here is our inset border layer. So we need to create those. So what I'm gonna do is come onto one of my S's and let's create the border layer first. All I'm gonna do is come up here to my offset on the top middle, and we are gonna do an inset. So whenever you come to the left side of this line, it's gonna inset, and it may be hard for you all to see. Let me change the color of my S so you all can really see what's going on here. So I'm gonna select it, we're gonna go to offset, and then I'm gonna slide this to the left side, and you all can see right here, the blue lines are on the inside. I'm gonna make this a 0.25 offset. Oops, 0.25, negative 0.25 offset, and then hit apply. Now, we don't stop there. So right now we have this inset, and then we've got this outer gray. I'm gonna select both of them, and I'm going to slice. And now we're gonna be left with this gray, and we can delete all of the insides. So you can see right here, this is gonna be our main border. Is everybody with me?
I think so.
Okay. Now, we're gonna do the same thing again for the inset border, except we're gonna do it twice this time. So we need like an inset. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm gonna change the color so y'all can see what the heck I'm doing. We're gonna go, we've got our letters selected. I'm gonna make an inset. This time I'm gonna do like a 0.15 inset. And listen, the numbers really aren't super, like it's not a super huge deal. I just, 0.15 and 0.25 are like my go-to numbers, if that makes sense.
So did you make the inset on the first one 0.25?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
So wouldn't you have to make the inset, the first inset on, if we're doing a double like inset, you'd have to make it the same size as what you did on the first one?
Not well, so hold on, let me finish showing what I'm doing, and then if I do it wrong, we'll troubleshoot it.
Okay.
So you do this first inset. Now, while that inset is selected, I'm gonna go back up here again and do it another time, and then I'm gonna hit apply. Now, I need to just get rid of this back layer. This one can just go. What I wanna do is slice out my 2 insets and then get rid of all of this middle. So then this should fit nicely right on top of here.
Okay.
Now, if you wanted them to be like the exact same width, you would do the same exact thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, and then that's it, y'all. So let's make sure that before we cut anything, I want to make sure that we've got all of our layers. This was the hardest part for me whenever I started doing these, and I was like, I'm forgetting layers on accident because I didn't have a list to follow. So I'm going to say layers like 1,000 times. I'm sorry. So we've got bottom layer, top layer, 3D pieces, printed paper layer, acetate layer, border layer, inset border layer. Yay, we did it.
Yes.
We made it. Okay, so we're not ready to cut yet. We've got a couple more steps. Now, whenever you pull these 3D letters in, the three-dimensional portions right here, you're gonna have a bunch of lines as well as the image. We need to change all of these lines to the score function. So right now they're at basic cut. All you're gonna do is come up to this operation menu and you're gonna drop it down and we're gonna select score.
So this is very, very important for those that are new to paper crafting. There are some files that will pull in and they'll already be score lines, but a lot of them, if there is a solid line, if it's just a solid line, that's gonna be a cut. So if you don't go and change those lines to score lines, what you're gonna end up with is all of these shapes and they're gonna be cut away from each other, and you really just needed them scored so that you could bend them.
Right.
So you definitely cannot miss the step of changing those solid basic cut lines into score or dashed lines on Cricut Design Space.
Yes, so we changed them to score. Now, they're still not attached, okay? We need those score lines to be attached to our cut lines. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep them where they're at, and then I'm gonna click and drag, and we're gonna attach everything. That way it's gonna score exactly where it needs to score. Also, Sadie, could we put this on live chat? It's on top chat right now. So I just wanna make sure, or it says top chat over here on the top left. You see where it says top chat?
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I get it. The comments come in faster, I guess, if we put it on live chat, but it's okay. Okay, so we've got everything that we need. Now, the next thing I like to do before I actually cut everything is color code. So I'm going to change everything. I'm going to have a pink letter today. So all of this green stuff, I'm going to change it to pink. So let's just... It doesn't want to let me because I've got those layers attached, but that's okay. I'm going to change all of these to pink so I know exactly what's going to be cut out of my pink layer, etc. I'm going to detach these because it doesn't want to let me change my colors. And then I'm going to change that to pink and then click and drag and reattach them.
I think everyone must be like super focused right now because there's really not anybody commenting.
Oh, okay, okay. That's okay. Okay, and then I've got, let's see, we have our printed paper layer. I'm just gonna make that red. And then we have our acetate layer. I'm gonna make that just like a light gray. And then our thick border needs to be pink. I want it to be the same color as the rest of our thing. And then our thin border, let's do a white border for that. Okay, so everything is here. We are good to go. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready.
Yes.
Okay, so the next thing we need to do is go to make it. Now, y'all are probably looking at mine, like looking at this one right here. There's some extra elements on that. Y'all want me to go ahead and show you how to do the extra elements? Should we just do it all at once?
Yep.
Okay, let's just do it. Okay, so before we make it, I'm gonna show you all how to add the name. So I'm just gonna make a new text box. Let's zoom in because we're like way far away. And I'm going to type out Scarlet. And I'm gonna use the font Affection. Y'all, this is one of my new favorite fonts from the Makers Gonna Learn website. It is so
I know.
Cute. It's got little hearts. And look, I did it in all caps. Y'all know I hate that.
Yeah, well, redo it because that don't look cute.
I gotta fix it. Scarlet. Okay, and then the only thing that we need to do is make sure our letters are adjusted. So if you find that your letters ever overlap on a font, you can just separate or ungroup to letters. And what it will do is separate all of these letters out, and you can just kind of adjust them so that they're not kind of laying on top of each other too much. I mean, I feel like that's cute.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Like that.
Okay, and then I'm gonna move that T in or it's gonna bother me. Scooch it, scooch it. Okay. And then I'm just going to click and select them all, and then I'm going to unite them, which is basically like the old weld function if you're still learning, you know, all of the new little doodads.
Yes.
And I'm going to change this to red. This deep red I think is so pretty. And then what we need to do is resize it so that it fits on our S the way that we want it to. So this is our front piece. And I want to make sure and size this depending on where I want to put it. So I'm probably going to put it right here through the middle. And this is a pretty long name. I feel like that's cute.
And this is something that it's going to depend on what name you do, like and what letter you're working with. Like S is going to be a harder letter to work with.
Yeah.
Another good thing another good placement for that would be on the top left-hand corner, kind of like catty cornered. Like if you
that's cute.
If you like adjust it, yeah, turn it just a little bit, would be really cute with the hearts going down the side.
I love it. I love it. I'm obsessed with that. Okay, so that's the perfect size that I want. I'm going to add an offset, and this time I don't want it to be negative, so make sure you take that off. Let's do a 0.15 offset, and I'm going to select apply. I do not want it to be black. I want it to be white. So while the offset's selected, I can change my color to white. And then I'm going to...
You might want to zoom in for this one real quick, just because it's kind of far away from over here.
You right.
Okay.
Y'all see better?
Yes.
Okay, so right now I've got both layers. I want to select them both, and we're going to flatten this image because this is going to be a print and cut. And if you're like, oh, I can't see it, you can change the color of your canvas right here. Just select that, and we can change it to this light gray. I'm going to lose one of my S's, but it's okay. So now you can see this is where it's going to cut, just where the white is. I do want to add another layer offset. This is, when I do paper crafts, I like to have lots of layers. It's just a style. So I'm going to add another 0.15 offset to be cut out of cardstock. Let's make it 0.1. And I'm going to apply that. And I want that offset layer to be pink. So I'm going to change it to pink. That way it cuts out with my other pink stuff. Okay. And then, so we've got all of this ready to go. Now I'm going to add a few little hearts. So I'm going to pull in a heart, just a basic shape. And y'all, we have the basic shapes on the Maker's Gonna Learn website now too. I'm just pulled that in really fast. But we have all the basic shapes from Cricut, which is amazing. So I'm just going to add, let's just do 2 little hearts. I'm going to add 2 in, and you can like tilt them however you want. I kind of like them like floating, and we'll probably just put them here and then Scarlett's name up here or something like that. What do you think?
I like that.
Cuteness?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to hold the shift key down so that both of them are selected. While they're both selected, I'm going to offset it. So they're both hearts are selected. This is going to create an offset for both of my images at the same time, and it'll be like a conjoined offset. So I'm going to select offset. We're just going to keep it at 0.1, and then I'm going to hit apply. And I think I want to do my offset in white. So actually, we'll do it in pink. And then I'm just going to change my hearts to red. These are going to be cut out of the red cardstock. And y'all, that's it. That's it for our images. So now what we need to do is go make it. So we're going to go over here to make it. Y'all can see how this can be like a very time-consuming craft, but also very therapeutic.
Yes.
Paper crafting is very therapeutic for me most of the time. We are doing a make-a-thon project right now that is trying to kill me. Our little shadow box, circular shadow box, but it's going to be good. Okay, so immediately, this is wrong. Can anyone tell me why this is wrong?
Me.
Lauren,
because you had the print and cut and then added an offset to the print and cut. So your offset stayed a
trying.
print and cut instead of back to a basic shade.
Yes. So let's just go back. We're going to cancel. And all I'm going to need to do is change my offset to a cut function, because we're just going to cut the offset straight out of cardstock.
Yes.
So change the operation back to basic, and it's going to change it to gray, and then you're just going to have to adjust the color from there. So we're good to go. Let's go ahead and make it. And then you can see here also what...
It's the new It's the new
I
print and
know,
cut.
but I hadn't updated my computer yet, so I
I've
hadn't
not done
seen
it yet either.
The new print and cut looks crazy, but that's what it looks like. So that image we need to actually print on the cardstock, and I've got cardstock out there. So let's go ahead and select continue.
Hannah asked us, what pound cardstock would you use for this? I think you said at the beginning anywhere between a 60 to an 80 pound would be really good for this. I would honestly suggest for the letter, probably 60 would be easier than 80.
Yeah, and you know, you're gonna hear it different from everybody. I'm just gonna say this, you don't wanna do like 100 pound or anything really over 80, because it's not gonna bend the way that you want it to. It's wanting us to calibrate our machine, so here we go, we gotta do it. Okay, so I'm gonna print that, and it's gonna go to my thing. I'm gonna select continue. Let me go grab it, I'll be right back.
I would have personally said no, but it's okay.
Oh, can you say no?
Yeah, I think so, can't you?
I didn't think it let
Can
me
you hit
say
cancel right now?
no. Let's try it. Don't be
Just
like
hit X
Echo.
off of it.
Okay.
Now.
Send to printer. Oh, there is a not now. I was distracted.
Yeah.
Okay, so it really wants us to. So, oh, Lauren, we have to do it. Okay, it already printed. I'm gonna print another one just in case. Okay, continue. Let me go grab it. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Yes, Marina asked, is the new print and cut area larger? It seems like it is. I've not used it yet, though, honestly. I think both of our computers, I feel like mine has updated, but it's not, maybe I've not been in Cricut today.
No, we've been working on Inner Circle today.
Oh, yeah, we have been working on Inner Circle
Or Lauren
today.
has been this morning.
Yep.
It's not wanting to print. SOS. SOS.
SOS, send help.
Oh, it's communicating, printing the data.
Okay. Shoo. I guess, yeah, the update probably does make you calibrate because it's completely different.
It's like brand new.
It's brand new.
We've probably not done a print and cut since it updated. Well, if you're new here and you've never calibrated your machine, welcome to the calibration show.
Welcome to Cricut Calibration.
Okay, Cricut Calibration 101. I printed, so it prints this weird looking sheet, and what you're gonna do is just line it up as well and good as you can on here, and then I'm gonna bray it down and just follow the instructions in Design Space.
All Things Jessica just became a new yearly member.
Oh.
Welcome and congratulations.
Hello, welcome. Okay, I'm gonna move all this stuff out, and then we're just gonna load it into our Cricut, and I've got my fine point blade in, and I'm just following the instructions. That's what's great about Cricut. It tells you exactly what you're supposed to do. It's measuring my mat, and then it's gonna read this little registration box on here, and it's gonna make a bunch of little cuts. We'll get there. We'll get there. I won't get too far ahead. Okay.
Does anybody have any questions right now while the machine is calibrating?
Yes, like about this, about the price increase, literally, we're open books. Just ask.
Yep.
It could be about anything.
Life, whatever.
We're starting a podcast.
Soon.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed.
We have a whole room for it. We have to do it.
We have to.
We're excited to do it. It's just taking us a little longer.
It's taken us longer to order things and get things in, so,
Yeah.
you know.
But like the room looks so good. I wish we could just show y'all.
I know.
It's like the most bougiest part of this whole office. We've thought about doing like, has Tanner he did an office tour on his Instagram like when they first moved here.
I think so.
Okay, let's go to the design space. Without unloading, examine the cut line around the small square in the middle of the calibration sheet. Does the cut line touch the printed line all the way around, yes or no? No. No, Becky, it doesn't. Okay, no.
Not
We're
at
gonna
all.
select no, let's do a basic calibration. We're gonna select continue. The reason calibration is so important with print and cut is because if you go to do a print and cut and your machine isn't calibrated, it's gonna cut like
Off
It's going to cut like
center.
a 1/4 inch to the side, and
Yeah.
it's may cut through your design, and it's just not cute. We need to calibrate our machines. I know we were trying to avoid it, but that's because this tutorial is so long, and we don't want to keep y'all here for 3 hours.
Yeah, my computer is doing the same thing. It's dying.
Oh, it's dying? Mm-hmm. Our computer batteries are jacked.
It makes me want to take it and throw it out the
Do you want to
window.
go get a new?
No, I'm
charger?
okay right now. It's not giving me the warning yet.
Okay. So, design space. Without unloading, examine the lines on the top and right side of the calibration sheet. Use the drop-down menus to select the number or letter of printed lines where the cut is centered with the printed line. Excuse me. Y'all are not going to be able to see what I can see. But let's do 7I. Y'all, this machine is not calibrated. It looks so bad.
7I does?
No, like the whole it's like way off. Like all of it's just so off. I've never seen it so off. Anyways, 7I is on the best.
Yes.
So continue, and then it says it's complete.
No, the basic is complete, and then from there you can do an intricate calibration.
Dear Lordy. Can we X out of it, or do we have to do that?
It doesn't.
It's not prompting me.
Oh, you've got to keep doing it.
Okay, so we're
Print
gonna
another one.
print. Okay, let me go
Go
get
grab
it.
another one.
Let me go get it.
Ashley said that she too recently just joined and she's excited. Welcome, Ashley. So
Hi.
glad to have you with us. Hi, how are you? Okay, does anyone have any questions while Alicia is grabbing the calibration sheet?
Y'all, normally, like if you're new here, it doesn't, like we would already be like doing our craft by now. I'm so sorry. But you know, this is real. This is why we like to do lives, because this is real life, like what would happen if you were making this at home. I guarantee some of y'all are gonna go make this and you're gonna have to calibrate your machine because Design Space just updated. Okay, we printed it. I'm gonna select continue. I put it on the map. It's gonna connect and it's gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna load it in and it's going to.
You know, Marina said they just introduced a new MacBook and I swear they mess with battery life to get you to upgrade. I'm telling you, bet. It was, my computer would stay charged for 2 to 3 days up until Monday. I was even saying something to Alicia and Tanner and everyone else, like, I don't understand why my MacBook is, it's just going dead during the day, in one day, and it's getting hot, and I've closed everything out. I've not excessively been on it any more than I normally am.
Yeah, I can't say anything because I literally lose my charger all the time, so mine's never charged. I've had like 3 chargers since last January.
Yes.
I feel like that's a lot. The first one, I Hulk smashed.
Hulk smash.
Hulk smash. And then the other one, I don't know what happened to the other one.
Yes.
And then I left one in a laundromat.
Grandma Sherry asked if we'll teach on Canvas Workspace. I've never worked in that. I don't know exactly what program you're talking about. I personally haven't worked in that. Jim, my Anastasia, said, I just did so much work and didn't save any of it. I've been there.
I feel you.
That
I feel you on
hurts my soul for you. Oh
It really
my
does.
gosh. Yes, Jane, this will be available to replay. You can watch this literally 1,000 times if you would like.
And you know what? It's going to be re-uploaded next week without all this. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to have our video editor cut it out.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Because you all, the reason that we're doing, like, we are re-uploading our lives is because you all love being here live with us. But for those that want to watch the replay, you probably don't want to sit here and listen to us chit-chat back and forth. We'll cut out the calibration and we'll probably just go like straight to the craft. And that way, when you do rewatch it, it's just a more condensed version of us talking to you, chit-chatting, and what we're doing today.
And then you can just like watch the tutorial only. Yeah. Carol says, where you purchase your computer from makes a difference. They use smaller batteries and machines sold by places like Costco. Interesting. Okay, my cut looks good, everybody.
It's good.
Continue.
It's good.
It's good.
That's become mine and Asher's go-to saying from like Enchanted.
Me and my mom have said it for years.
It's good.
I I swear, the first time we ever heard that, me and my mom have never laughed so hard at anything.
We did have a friend says, good afternoon, my name is Latay. I'm new here. Where can I find the design? So that is a great question, Latay. The design that we have is actually a Maker's Gonna Learn exclusive file. So if you're new here, then you probably don't know what we are. We are a crafting, die cutting community where we have a membership where you can sign up for our membership. You get over 10,000 cut files. You get over 1,000 fonts. You get education. We bring you here inspiration. Our whole cornerstone is inspiration, education, motivation to get your die cutting or Cricut machine out and actually use it. And one of the things I was telling everybody, all of our friends here earlier, is that not only do you get all of those cut files and everything else, but you also get a commercial license. Once you become a member of Maker's Gonna Learn, you get a commercial license where you can turn around and sell your crafts with our files on them,
yes.
Which is a really, really big seller for a lot of people. If you are interested in becoming a member, right now is the time to jump on because we are going up in price. We've never gone up in price since Tanner created this community. Tanner is our founder here at Maker's Gonna Learn, him and Courtney. So we've not gone up on the price since he created Maker's Gonna Learn. So there is gonna be a price increase, but if you jump on now with the code BEST at checkout, you get locked in at $151.88 for the year, which comes up to be like 20-something cents a day.
It's cray.
Yeah.
So, okay, I have printed my image. It looks like this. I'm following in Design Space now, and it wants me to set my base material. So I'm gonna go browse on materials, and we're gonna do medium cardstock. We're about to get into this tutorial, y'all. So make sure you are zoned back in. We are starting back up. So
yes.
I've got medium cardstock here. I'm gonna select done, default pressure, fine point blade. Let's go ahead and load this into our Cricut.
Yes. Somebody did ask us, so my question, is the Cricut made strictly for Apple? No, you can use Design Space on Windows, on like a Windows computer, HP computer, use it in the Windows software or with Apple, with Mac. We all here just have Mac computers. We do have an HP computer that has Windows on it. It works fine. We just all have, we personally have Macs. So that's just what computers we have.
Yeah, it's total personal preference. And I've been a PC user for years, except when I went to school for graphic design and I did it there, I used the Mac. And then when I worked at an art studio doing their graphic design, I used the Mac. So
I had never used a Mac until I started here.
Yeah.
I had always been a Windows girl.
For some reason, that
girl.
surprises me. I feel like you were like a Mac.
No, I have forever and always been a Windows girl.
Well, and it's hard to learn one or the other.
It was very hard for me to learn.
It's a weird adjustment. But
yes, Nikisha said phone and tablets work as well. Absolutely. You can get Cricut Design Space. You don't have to have a computer. You can do this on, you can definitely do this.
Okay, so this cut, I'm just gonna remove that part. And when I'm doing paper projects, I like to flip my mat over and remove it this way. That way that it does not bend my paper. Because if I try to just pull that off of the mat, it would be curly. So there's our name. Now back in Design Space, you can see we've got our first layer. It's wanting us to cut our white layer. So I've got a sheet of white cardstock here. I'm just going to line this up on my mat. Okay, and then I'm using a brayer to roll this paper on. You can use a burnishing tool like this, but I really like a brayer for my paper projects so it really sticks down. Okay, and I'm gonna load this into the Cricut.
Somebody asked, hi, is price going up for monthly users also? It is, but if you're locked in at that $19.99, it doesn't change for you. Like everybody that is in makers, like in our community now, nothing is going to change for you all if you are already here. It's only going to be a change for new members.
Right.
So let's make that clear. If you are already here with us, you are golden, you are good to go. Nothing, absolutely nothing is going to change for you. It is just going to change for those that, the new members, okay?
Right. Okay. Everybody is like really super fun today. How many viewers do we have?
We have 177 with us right now.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
If y'all missed at the beginning, I was telling you guys that we made a new TikTok today, me and Lauren. If you're watching on your computer, get on your phone and go to Instagram or TikTok. The maker's gonna learn Instagram and TikTok. It's lit over there. It's fun. It's a good time.
This was one of those that Alicia would not let me say no to.
I insisted. I honestly thought Lauren would be as enthusiastic about it as me, but she wasn't. But then we did it, and it was really fun. And it was a good workout for us both. I almost died twice.
I've already been working out.
Yeah, Lauren has been working out and like eating really good and making me feel really bad about myself.
Don't.
Like indirectly, not on purpose.
Don't feel bad.
Okay, I'm just pulling this off very delicately because this is the border piece. Okay, here's our border piece, our inset border. And we can throw away this little guy. We don't need him. And listen, if you do paper projects, just make a little pile because you're gonna have lots of pieces. I'm gonna make a pile over here out of the way. And then in Design Space, it's prompting me to cut my light gray layer, which is my acetate. So I'm going to get my acetate sheet, and you can see where I cut my eye out. I'm gonna put this just like that, because it's gonna cut out in this top left area. We're just gonna braid this on really good. And then
Erica says, that's hilarious, and I would have thought that was Lauren's idea.
I know, that's why I was like when I saw it, I was like, Lauren's gonna be down. I was like,
It's not that I wasn't down, but like, I just don't have the dance moves that I used to. I used to could bust a move. Age has me not being able to bust a move anymore.
Having a baby makes me not bust a move. Okay, so for some reason on this Explorer machine, it doesn't have the acetate cut setting, so we're gonna cut it on Mylar, yellow. Mylar and acetate are interchangeable for me in my brain. Maybe I'm totally
More pressure
wrong.
always, just in case.
Yeah, you can cut on, it's gonna do 2 passes, so let's just not do more pressure and like see what happens. So it's gonna measure my mat and then it's gonna cut it. And I feel like it's probably gonna do 2 passes. I know with the acetate on the maker that it does 2 passes. So, okay, ready and play. Listen, I feel like Lauren is probably more outgoing in a lot of ways than me. We're both pretty outgoing, but Lauren's more outspoken. Lauren does not care to say like what she is thinking. But
I used to not be that way though.
I know.
It's like, it's kind of like I got my, I don't know how to explain this, but a lot of people that I've talked to, it's like the older you get, the less somethings you have.
Yes.
And the
less craps you give.
The less craps you give, and my bucket of them is gone. I don't have any in my bucket.
Lauren's a fresh out.
I just keep dropping them, and I'm fresh out of them.
That is so funny. Listen, I don't know. I mean, I can be outgoing. I was a cheerleader. I was telling them out there I had to do that handstand. Carol said my handstand was impressive. I did gymnastics for like 16 years, and then I was a cheerleader for like 14 of those years. So, you know, this is not wanting to cut through, y'all.
Okay. I told you more pressure.
I know. Well, I'm just going to do a 3rd pass. I'm just going to do a 3rd because...
You mean a 4th? It'll be a 4 now.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody asked, where does it show you the number of passes? It shows you in
Design Space.
Yeah.
Like it'll say right there. And you can also adjust how many passes your thing will do. We're not going to do that right now, but there's a way. Hold on, let's see. And if y'all are curious what I'm doing, I'm not unloading my mat, so it's wanting me to unload it, but I'm not because I know that it's not cut all the way through. It almost has though. So what I like to do is just hit that play button again, and it's just gonna cut it again, but do not unload your mat because it may not cut exactly where it was the first time. So everyone's loving the TikTok. I'm cracking up. We had so much fun, y'all. I almost died. The little part where me and Lauren like funk butts. I rocket launched. Y'all are catching the beginning of me rocket launching across the floor.
I don't think I hit you that hard, but I guess
it was an accident.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it cut through. 5 passes later.
5 passes.
Okay, I'm just.
What is that, SpongeBob? 10 million years later.
7 hours later. Okay, here's my S. It's so much S. Okay, we got our red layer in design space. So this is actually the layer that I wanted to cut the printed out of, but I don't want my little hearts to be
printed either.
Yeah. Can I do this from here?
You can move them to a different mat.
I can't do it from here, but I can go back. I'm just going to hit cancel, and it's going to take me to this page, and I'm just going to hide these. Hide. And then we're going to cut this S out of patterned scrapbook paper. I ran out of my cute little heartsy paper, and I swear I was like, I know there's another sheet somewhere, but I cannot find it.
I'm going to have to run and get, do you want me to go see if I can look for something? Because I'm going to have to go get my charger because it literally just told me that it's going to go to sleep.
Oh no!
Actually, not just. It told me about 3 minutes ago, but I've ignored it.
Okay, look how pretty. Is this pretty? No, that does not match.
No.
Ooh.
Now that.
It's not Valentine's though. Okay.
And there's not another of that heart?
I couldn't find one. I used it all up.
Let me look.
I was thinking it was in this book. That's why I grabbed this book, because I was like crossing my fingers, you know. There's a, oh, I found some.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you, sweet baby Jesus. Okay, this is just standard scrapbook paper, but for this type of paper project, this is perfect for what I'm needing, because it's kind of just serving as a background. Now, if you have a directional pattern, make sure that you don't have, like, I want to make sure I'm not putting it on here this way. Like, I want to put it on the correct direction of the pattern. So, I'm going to braid this on, and then we are going to cut it. I'm going to send it in. And then my base material, I'm just still going to use medium cardstock. Just, it cuts all the way through on my scrapbook paper, and that's what I like to use. And then once that loads, we will cut it.
Lindsay said the paper is gorgeous. Is it listed? I'm pretty sure this paper was bought like
1,000
years ago by Courtney. Courtney Chambers at the time. Courtney Bell herself bought it when she was still in high school.
Yeah. So there, y'all, you can go to Hobby Lobby, and they probably got some like even cuter stuff now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I just found these little hearts, and I was like, ooh. And I linked some really cute Valentine's paper for you all that I found on Amazon. So
yeah.
Okay, let's make sure it's cut before we remove it.
Janine says, if this is truly what you do at work, I'm going to need a job application. I wish this was all we did at work.
That was our mental break.
That was their mental break.
Me and Lauren have been like...
Content creation is our mental break.
I feel like me and Lauren have been like for like days now. Okay, now it's wanting me to cut my pink. So I'm going to get out our Ashley Falco paper. If y'all missed it earlier, we are using Ashley Falco's cardstock. She makes shed-proof glitter cardstock that is amazing to die for. I'm obsessed with it. But this is just her like standard blush cardstock, and it cuts. The difference amazed me. I was like very unsure.
And Cheryl, we're fixing to get into actually putting the letters together.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Is the scoring stylus in here? Yes, it is. Thank you, Jesus.
Sweet.
Okay, so I'm going to put my scoring stylus in my machine. Make sure it's in there. Give it a little wiggle.
Now I've got that song. Boom, boom, shake, shake. Now drop.
I think I did a cheerleading routine to that, I feel. Okay, so this is the part where we're going to be doing some scoring. So I have my scoring stylus in clamp A and my fine point in clamp B. And then I'm just going to load that in. I showed y'all the scoring adaptive tool earlier because I forgot that we were using an Explorer. But if you are using are you having to hold your computer?
It's so hot.
Oh my gosh.
It's so hot.
If you're using a Maker, you can use the adaptive tool. But if you have an Explorer, you'll have to use the stylus. Okay, browse all materials. We're just gonna go with medium cardstock again. Done. I don't know why it's making me select it every single time. Normally it just does it automatically. And then you guys are gonna get to see the stylus work, and then it'll automatically flip to the fine point blade, which I really like.
Which is,
Very
if you
handy.
have a maker, honestly, I would prefer using the scoring stylus over, although you have the capabilities to use the adaptive tool on the maker. I personally prefer using the scoring stylus because you don't have to interchange that. Like, you don't have to take the fine point blade out, put the scoring wheel in, take the scoring wheel out, put the fine point blade in. I will say I do think that the scoring wheel gets a little bit of a deeper score on it, but I still would prefer the scoring stylus because I don't have to change it out.
Yeah.
Unless your housing pops it out and you have to use it.
That would never happen to us. That would never happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now it's doing all the scoring. I wish you all could see close up what it looks like, but it's just making all the little indentions. This is gonna make it a lot easier for us when we go to fold and attach everything. Honestly, y'all need a potty break. Now's the time.
Now's the time to
It's
go.
just gonna take a second to cut, but I know we've been here for right at an hour now, so. Okay, it finished scoring and now it's gonna start its cutting. So you wanna make sure that your mat is sticky enough to like handle all of the stuff that's going on, especially with this type of cut. And also, I used non-Ashley Falco cardstock to do this for one of these, and I had to recut it. And this cardstock cuts so much better than the cardstock I used before. I don't know what brand it was. We also love Recollections. So
Yes.
Ashley Falco and Recollections are really good, but Ashley Falco, I don't know, I don't think Recollections is like small business. Ashley Falco is, and we like to support small businesses, so. I don't even like to call them small businesses because they're big. They're a big deal.
Big.
Big businesses.
Big deal.
I love it.
Lindsay said that should be our next TikTok since you did a cheer routine for it.
What should be our next TikTok?
Your cheer routine to that song.
Oh, absolutely not. No, thank you.
That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Hard pass. I don't know if I could remember. I could probably go back and watch some, but I don't remember my routines. For
Jennifer
that
says
long ago.
my maker is the older maker. Honestly, Jennifer, we don't use the Maker 3 either. We only
use
use
the
the
original.
original maker. And I got my mom a Cricut for Christmas. Got her the original maker because I don't know. Also, I have a hair in my mouth. That is the thing. That is so gross. Anyway,
the original maker is also my favorite.
I love the original maker. Like, I think it's great. Except the only thing is that the housing for the scoring stylus or the pins, like, it'll pop mine out there that I use every day. It will pop it out, so I do have to use the scoring wheel, but you know.
Mine don't even have one. I don't know how to do it, but I do love the maker a lot. Okay, here's all of our little caterpillars. I always call these caterpillars because that's what they look like. And then what else do we need to cut? I think we've got another layer of pink. Yes, we've got to cut all of our pink S's out. So let's put this on here.
So
We're
move
almost.
that one S. That one S is very close to the other S.
Listen, they're just trying to save us some paper.
Okay. Is that the new update?
I guess so. We'll see what happens.
When is the podcast starting, Kathy? It should have started 2 weeks ago, but
It's funny you asked.
funny you asked that. It's any time now.
Anytime.
We've got most of the stuff in there. It's just what happened was Amazon sent us some wrong
camera.
I ordered some cameras because it's going to be like an audio visual podcast. So you're going to get the podcast, just the audio, like on all podcast streaming services. And then we're going to do it. You're going to have like a video as well if you wanted to watch us like in action back and forth. But they sent us the wrong camera, so we had to send it back, and then they had to send us the new one. And now we've got our tech guy scheduled to come in and finish that, I think, tomorrow. So hopefully we may like do our first podcast Monday.
I don't even want to say it.
I don't want to say it either.
I don't want to say it because I don't want it to get my hopes up. But, you know, it is what it is. We're doing a lot around these parts. And I didn't even show you guys my scoring technique. Maybe we'll save it for another paper project. My little scoring. So I saw this hack, and I wanted to show you all because I tried it before the live, where they would, so on my hearts right here, what they did was duplicate the hearts that went inside of it, and then they turned 2 of them into score lines and then attached them to the offset. And so what it did was create an outline of the hearts, so you know exactly where to place your hearts whenever they get cut out. Isn't that genius? Maybe that's confusing. I'll make a TikTok.
Genius.
I'll make a TikTok for you guys. Okay, so now I've got all of my S pieces. I'm gonna move these over a little bit, and we're just gonna pull all of this off very carefully. All right, the time has come.
My little friend.
We've got to attach everything.
What song is that from? The
What?
time has come, my little friend. Oh, it's off Alice in Wonderland.
Oh.
The little oysters.
Oh, yes. Okay, so y'all can come up with whatever works for your brain to organize this stuff. I'm just going to kind of walk you through what I do. And I've seen other people do these. I've even seen Tanner make one. But I'm just going to do it the way that has worked best for me, because this one I tried to use like almost strictly HEG. This is a hard no for me. It was falling apart. And so I'm going to use the HEG gun for a lot of this, but I'm also going to be using my hot glue. And then I've got my precision tip glue right on hand in case I need it.
Is that glue gun on?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I turned it on before the live.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to start from the back and work our way up. So I've got my back layer right here. And then we're going to need our little 3D pieces, because remember, these are going to be sandwiched in between the bottom and top S. So let me grab this for you guys so you can kind of see what the heck's going on. Okay, so whenever this cuts out right here, can y'all see this square and this circle? Can y'all see that? This is what helps me to line up my pieces. So like this circle right here, I know that this circle right here needs to be on this top edge. And like I know that this square needs to go right here on this bottom edge. And then there's a triangle that we're gonna line up right there. So that's how you're gonna know what goes where. So you can really keep it in the cutout if that helps you. I'm just gonna kind of keep it to the side. And you can also refer back to Design Space if you need to. But I know my circle goes to the top, so let's go ahead and start there. So I don't know if you all are able to see my score lines, but what I'm gonna do is take my bone folder and I'm gonna start folding all of these creases. So I'm gonna fold right at the crease. I'm gonna take my bone folder and just wipe right across. And this is gonna give all my edges a nice, clean, crisp edge. Oops. Make sure it's lined up before you go in there with the bone folder. And this is the part that's kind of therapeutic to me, because you're just going in and folding all of these. Do y'all have questions so far about like lining it up or anything like that? Anybody?
I think everybody's just zoned in. We have 199 with us now.
Nice.
Nice.
And listen, sometimes I fold these like the wrong direction. If you do that, that's okay. Just fold it.
It's just okay.
It's just fine. You just fold it the other direction and go on with your day.
As Asher used to say when he was little, it's Gus okay.
Oh, that's so
He said that up until like the last year. He would say, it's Gus okay, Mom.
Oh my gosh. That's,
I'm like, yeah, you're right. It is Gus okay.
it is Gus okay. So cute. So I'm just folding in my tabs and then going over it with the bone folder. I also want to recommend for you all to use color core paper. So in the paper world, there are 2 different types of paper. There's color core and non-color core. The non-color core paper is
also called white core.
Or white core, yes. It's white on the inside. That's why it's called that. So like whenever we make these cuts, you're going to have white edges. It's like they've colored the paper after it's been made. I feel like color core, it's like dyed all the way through.
The way that I think of it is, I think of it as like white paper sandwiched between 2 other pieces of like
Colored.
kind of like the hardwood plywood stuff. Like you have your filler inside, and then you have your hardwood sandwiched on both sides of it.
So it's like you're using a little bit less. So it's not so fancy.
Right.
So I'm just going to keep working my way around here.
Now this part is probably one of the more time-consuming parts, but is also like, this is more so like the therapeutic part because it's kind of like a mindless task. I don't know about you guys, but when I am super stressed out, like I want to do something that is very mindless.
Like monotonous almost.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got my little things, and then we can go ahead and go in and attach the first piece. So you can go in with an ATG gun and just go around these edges. So this ATG gun, you're just gonna hold the trigger in and then apply pressure. And I'm gonna try to stay as close to the edge as I possibly can. Just like so. I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time. And then, like we said earlier, our circle is up here at the top. Okay, there's our circle. So I know that my circle tab needs to line up with that top edge. So I'm just gonna flip this around so I can really see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna line that edge up. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is just take my bone folder and kind of push that down on the inside. And then we're just gonna keep lining this up all the way around. Okay. And then sometimes people like to apply the ATG like all the way. You can do that if you feel like there'd be more room. So, and the ATG gun takes a minute to get a hang of, I'll just say that.
Yeah, Belinda says tear tape works great for this type of stuff as well.
What type?
She said tear, is it tear, T-E-A-R, tear? That's tear tape, tear tape?
It can be either way. It's like read and read, right? Okay.
Which always never made sense to me. Why would you have read and read?
That's why English is one of the hardest languages to learn, because it's so confusing. Don't make no sense.
I'm fixing to read this, or I have read this, and they're the exact same word. Anyway.
So I'm just going to I'm going to go ahead and do this all the way around. I feel like it'll be easier if we just go ahead and get it ATG'd. That way we can just attach as we go. Okay, so it's ATG'd all the way around. And I'm just gonna keep on plugging away. And you can take your ATG gun to like press down those little tabs in there as you go.
Bone folder?
What did I say?
You said ATG gun to press down
bone
on tabs.
Bone folder.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
That's what I meant.
And then you just kind of shape it as you go. This is so, like, the first time I ever did this, I was like, this is so fun. Like, I'm just building a little letter, just building it up. And then I like to make sure I can see my edges, especially around the outside. Y'all want to get this as lined up as you possibly can. And sometimes it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. Okay. And then let's move on to our next piece. So we've got our little square one. This one's gonna line up right here, our square. So I'm just gonna fold all of these.
Do you want me to start folding one while you
yeah.
work
Let
on
me give you a
one?
burnishing tool.
Okay. Does it matter which way it folds?
No, if it's wrong, I'll fix it.
Okay.
It's so easy just to like reverse it if you fold it the wrong way. I did that a lot, especially when I first started. I was like, what in the world am I doing? And if you're intimidated by doing something like this, my advice to you is just to start. Like, just get it cut out. First step, get it cut out, and then just start. And the first one may not work, and that's fine.
What in
Keep
the
making them until you figure it out.
tarnation?
What?
I just said that.
What?
I just said it. I just said it because I felt like it.
Oh.
What in the hee-haw tarnation?
Okay.
Because I just feel like it.
Just felt like it. Do y'all like having our lives at 1:30 or 12? Me and Lauren voted 12. Or 1:30, I'm sorry. Sadie, what do you think? You like 1:30s too. We can eat lunch if we do them at 1:30. So
we really like lunch.
We really love lunch. We love eating here. Okay, there's that piece. So I'm gonna line my square piece up with this bottom one. Just like so. Okay. And press it down Let me make sure I'm not going the wrong direction. Nope, I'm not. Okay. Do y'all have any questions so far? Oh, Sadie's making a poll for us. Look what I've done, y'all. I went backwards on accident. So the HEG is not permanent. So I'm gonna pop this off. And I'm just gonna flip it this way. I think that's where my problem is. Yep, there we go. Some of y'all probably caught that when I was trying to make sure I was doing it the right way. So reline that up, and then we're just gonna line this outer edge up. Okay. And then this one will go in here. Lauren gets quiet when she's working on stuff. Can you tell?
Yeah, I do. Sorry.
It's so funny because, like, if Lauren is hosting a live, she can talk and craft, but if we're in the studio and she's crafting, it's silence, which I'm silent too when I craft too. I have to focus. We got to be focusing, you know?
Yep.
Okay, and I'm just going to put all these tabs so they're kind of like sticking up more. And then Lauren's going to hand me that other piece. How's it going over there?
Got it now.
Yay!
I hope it's the right way.
We're fitting to find out.
Finna find out.
So the triangle was this piece right here. So I need to line up my triangle to here. I think you did it.
I did it.
You did it, girl. So I'm gonna line this up. Okay. And hopefully my big old head ain't blocking y'all.
No, I think you're good.
Okay. And then you even have these little tabbies, like where they connect. I'm gonna just put a dot of hot glue there. I could have probably put ATG on this like beforehand, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna use my precision glue and just attach those right there. Okay.
Jeanette asked if we are on the East Coast. Yes, we are on the East Coast, and we are in East Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
East Tennessee represent.
Represent. Okay. This part, once you start really doing it, like, and you're almost to the finish line, it kind of gets cramped. So sorry if my head's blocking. And I'm just trying to push down these little tabs as I go. Okay, here we are, people. I'm gonna add a little bit of hot glue. Uh-oh, I'm attached. I'm gonna add some hot glue right here. I love these precision hot glue guns for this type of project because it just makes it feel so sturdy. The ATG gun is good though because it doesn't dry that fast. So I use them interchangeably when I feel like I need to.
Kathy says in between would be better because I'm usually in the car now picking up my son from school. Well, Kathy, let me just tell you, we usually don't run this long either, but it's okay.
What did she say? What did
She said that she's normally in the car picking up her son from school. And I said, well, normally even if we do a 1:30 time, we're normally done around 2:30.
Yes.
We're just running a little over today, which is not a big deal.
I knew it was going to take a long time. I
Yeah.
just had a feeling. Okay. So this is like our base. Now what we need to do is attach our S to the top. I'm going to use hot glue for this because if I try to go in with my ATG gun, it's just not going to work. So what I like to do is kind of start on the top here and just add a little bit. I don't want it like oozing out everywhere. I'm just going to start just like that. And 1:30 is the winner. Okay, good.
We probably swayed a lot of people because we said we like to eat lunch too.
Did we talk you into it, you guys? You can tell us. So I'm just adding a thin layer of hot glue all the way around. I'm going to do it fast. Remember, with hot glue, you've got to work quickly or it's going to dry on you. I feel like this is upside down. Maybe not. We're committed now. We're already committed, everybody.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like it should have went this way because it's looking a little bit too small here and it's looking a little too big here. But it's okay.
Yeah.
We're committed. Okay, so this is the
It'll
letter.
all come out in the wash because you're
Adding layers on top of it, yeah. So, okay, here we go. We've got this piece on here. And then what we're gonna need to do is add our layers. So the first thing I'm gonna do is add my little S, my little
and
printed
make sure that
S.
it's the right side.
Yeah, well, I'm committed to the wrong side now because that one is wrong. This will be upside down.
What do you mean? The hearts will be upside down?
Yeah. Well, no, I could switch it this way. I'm just going to do it this way. It looks better.
Okay. Okay.
It look better. Okay, and then I'm just going to use, I could totally just HEG on the back of this, but I'm just going to, just like that. Okay. And then just place it accordingly. Okay. And now what we need to do is add our foam strips. Okay, so I have these, and I think that you can buy like strips of foam like this that aren't this fat. But I'm just gonna be cutting and then putting them all the way around the edge. So what I like to do is kind of measure my edge. So, like so, and you have to put these all the way around because if you don't, the glitter will fall out. So we've got to put them all the way around. And I'm just going to put this right here. I'm going to keep the tops on all of them to start. And then after we get the glitter in there, I'll peel off this like top non-sticky layer. Lauren, you want to come over?
Sure. Do you want me to start cutting some of that for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just cutting me some little strippy strips.
I can do that.
Here, I pulled this one off already.
Okay.
You need something to measure?
I was just going to go at it.
Just do it. I just need, so I'm trying to cut them pretty skinny because I don't want them to show on the outside. And I don't want them to show thicker, like they don't need to be thicker than your border. If they're thicker than your border, they're not going to show up. And then I'm just kind of trimming as I go. And if y'all have a better way to do this, let me know. I'm just going to cut as I go.
This needs these things on it too as well?
No, I was just giving you that if you wanted to measure.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just leave it there. And then I'm going to trim as I go. Here we go, peeps. Making our way. Some litters are...
Making my way downtown,
walking fast.
faces fast, and I'm homebound.
Lindsay, we made this live long just for you.
Just for you, friend.
Just especially for you. Okay, and
I don't think they've seen my Valentine's nails yet.
No, Lauren's got Valentine's nails. These are not my Valentine's nails.
Valentine's nails.
Let's see them. Let's show them. Aren't they cute? I needed to get some, but I don't know what. We're going to Nash Vegas for Valentine's. Me and Trey are.
Oh, yeah, I got to bring you my boots.
Lauren's bringing me some cowgirl boots to wear to Nashville. Thank you.
I just figured it'd be easier to trim as you go with those, or
yes, no, that's perfectly fine. Beautiful. And once you do this, like, you kind of get in a rhythm.
No, Glenda says you cannot leave any gaps in this layer of foam tape or your glitter will leak out. That is why you have to... That's why you have to do
That's why you got to go all the way around.
You gotta go hard on this.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, this is making it so much faster. So get you a foam tape cutter, girlfriend, to help you cut. Okay, and then I'm just trimming as I go. I feel like I can use this one here.
Oh, I do have my pink ones in the car.
Your pink boots?
Yeah.
They came in?
Yeah.
Cute. This is too thick.
Okay. That one thinner?
That's perfect. Okay. Nope.
Carol says, I hope there's only 2 other kids in Ruby's daycare room. Actually, this is the last one. She's already made Ruby one, and she made the other little girl one, and so this is the last one. There are only 3.
Yes. They have like one little guy that comes every so often, but it's mainly just Ruby and 2 other little girls, which is like literally a godsend. If y'all have children in daycare, you know how hard it is to find daycare. Our daycare got shut down because it was like my childhood babysitter, and I guess she wasn't like technically licensed to be a babysitter, which I didn't know you had a license. I guess if you have so many, you do.
You do.
Anyways, they got shut down. So we were like desperate because I had just started working here. And I worked from home before here. So like we weren't even planning on having a babysitter. And our
Is that one too thick?
No.
Okay.
Our babysitter just fell into our lap and literally is like Ruby's second mother. She is an angel. She's so good. I love her to death. Okay, I think that's about it, Lauren.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Woo!
We tag team that really good.
We got it.
Okay, so all of my pieces are on here. Now what I'm gonna do is add glitter.
Glitter.
And now you can cut like these little heart confettis. All I did was just put a bunch of hearts, cut a bunch of hearts out of different pink, red, and white cardstock. But we are just gonna do glitter for now. And all I like to do is just come in here and just kind of sprinkle a little bit around. And like I was saying earlier, you're gonna wanna use chunky glitter. So if you use fine glitter, it's gonna try to attach to that acetate or the Mylar, and we just don't want that. I'm gonna put these cute little stars in here. I love it. Y'all could probably find some cute like Valentine's glitter too. And so now that it's all in there, what I'm gonna do next is weed off all of these sticky pieces. The reason I put my glitter in there first is because I don't want the glitter sticking to my sticky foam. So y'all can see. And just be really careful because obviously your glitter is in there. And the best way to get this top film off of the of the foam is to use a weeding tool. Okay, any questions about the foam portion? We're in the home stretch, everybody.
We are.
It's like 100 degrees in here. Are y'all hot or is it just me?
No, it's just you. I mean, it's not, it's warm in here. I definitely, if I had anything but the t-shirt on, I would be like roasting.
We would be roasting for sure. Mm-hmm. Try not to get your hands stuck to the sticky part. Okay. Yeah, so if y'all want a more consolidated version of this tutorial, it should be out next Friday. Next Friday. And we just do that because we really want you all to be able to watch the tutorial without all of like the mishaps and things like that. See how my glitter got stuck up there? You've got to be super careful. Don't be like me. Okay, here we go, peeps. Do we still have 200 people here?
178.
Okay.
Yeah.
I promise the finished product is worth it. These are just so cute. Ooh.
Glenda says, I like to glue a tiny bit of glitter here and there throughout the project so that when someone picks it up, you still have a little bit shiny throughout. That's a really good idea too.
Yeah, it is. And you know what?
Do you need help?
No.
Okay.
I'm almost done.
Just asking.
So originally when I wanted to make one of these, they have some that are like deep in 3D, like they're hollowed out on the inside, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
And I realized that if I did that, like my glitter won't really show. Like it just kind of falls to the bottom. Like if you do it shallow like this, it kind of all stays up to the top. And I really like that because you can see the glitter more. But those are, I mean, the deep 3D ones are still really cute. I'm almost weeded all the way around.
Somebody said that they made 3D letters. Sorry, I feel like I'm zoned out. Somebody said that they made 3D letters and put like for a grad last year and they put like money in it. Now that would be a great one to do, like a fully hollow one.
That's a cute idea. I love that idea. Okay, we're almost there, guys. Hang tight. Honestly, y'all are the real MVPs.
The real ones.
People that are still here right now, like, I need to get a list of your names.
Y'all are the realest.
This is probably the longest live we've ever done. Besides, like, summits and...
What is the largest you can make? These 3D letters, as large as a 12 by 12 piece of paper.
Yeah, so the little caterpillar pieces.
The caterpillar pieces.
Yeah, you'll have to use a 24-inch mat if you want to do them much bigger.
They do have 12 by 24-inch cardstock. It's specialty cardstock, but you can do 12 by 24-inch.
Yeah, you would have to probably do it in like a basic. They don't have like a good color selection for 24-inch cardstock, which is sad because I feel like we use. I feel like we use quite a bit of 24-inch cardstock.
We do.
We just don't have a lot. Like, we don't have a lot of color options.
I don't know that there are a lot of color options.
There's not. There's really not. Okay, that was the last of it. I got a little bit of glitter on my sticky part, but that's okay. So the next layer that we're going to want to put on is our Mylar.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to line this up like so. These foam things are sticky. Sticky. And then the next layer is our pink. So you can kind of line it up. And you'll be able to tell if it's like super off, if it's not lining up correctly. Like that looks way worse. And we can go in and trim. Like you might have some stuff hanging off. You can go in and trim with an X-Acto knife, which I'm probably going to do off of the live. But I like to hot glue this part down. So just be super careful whenever you're using hot glue on these because it'll like smudge out and get all over your acetate sheet, and I really don't want to like smudge it or make it look gross. If it comes out the side, you can kind of wipe it with your finger.
Everybody's saying that, I guess Lindsay kind of started it. She said, I love the real life lives, all the girls all the chit chat because the stay at home mamas need it. Yeah, and that's what we're here for. Absolutely. And then Kim said, I love the real life issues you guys run into. It makes me feel connected because we all have issues. If you only knew the amount of issues. We got issues.
We do got issues.
We got real issues.
I'll be like, I'm late to the meeting, I gotta go to therapy.
Yeah.
And that's on, period.
But I guess you meant like the real life, because all the issues. Crafting issues, those issues, we got all the issues. We got the head issues, we got the crafting issues. We just are really good.
Craft issues and emotional baggage.
We are really good at bringing it for you guys.
Oh, man. Okay, so.
And then Claudia said, we love you guys because you keep it real. We try. We try.
Thanks. Y'all, I swear, I put on my acetate sheet so crooked. But I'm going to trim it up with an X-Acto knife off screen because I really don't. You know, the perk of adding these little like elements like the name and stuff is you can cover up mistakes. Just there's a little hack for you. You can
like if you have mistakes, add more layers. Layers will cover
the more the better. The more the better. That is a fact. Okay, and then I'm just going to use my fine line precision glue here. And I'm going to hold it with my reverse tweezers if I can get a good hold. And we're just going to squeeze a little bit of this out. Oh, hold on. I just used this before the live, but it gets clogged.
Carol says we have to make a TikTok about all of our issues. That would be a series of TikToks.
Yeah, we'd have to start a
TikTok series.
That's hilarious.
Issues.
Like, y'all want craft issues or what? Because I just want to say, and I think a lot of our regulars know this, but like, we're the same as y'all in terms of like, we're making mistakes all day long.
Yeah.
When we're making stuff. I don't ever make something correctly all the way through the first time. Like,
no.
Like, I've never done that. So I don't want y'all to feel like we do that, so you should. Because really, that's not real life.
Yeah.
I'm using 2 pairs of tweezers.
And Michelle had a really good, she said, this is why we all became crafters, because it is therapy. Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
My mother is avoiding actual therapy and just painting right now.
Painting everything. That's so funny. She better not be watching. She'll call you out.
I know.
Okay, so there's my border. And then I'm just going to add a couple of these foam squares. Actually, I can just add this little strip of foam square onto my offset. Did I put my offset on backwards? Nope. And then I'm just gonna line this up so it's a little bit 3D. And then you can add your name wherever you want. And then my hearts, for some reason, I hid my hearts and we never cut them out, but I'll add those later. So you can add like rolled flowers to these, are really cute. Whatever you want to add on, get creative. You know what I mean? And so that's it.
So cute.
That's it, guys. So I need to trim up some pieces, obviously, but you can just see like all these look so cute and they're just a little bit different, each one of them, but that's it.
Who was it?
We're done.
Tina said that her granddaughter's name is Ruby Scarlet.
Oh, that's so crazy.
I know.
Isn't it weird that like Ruby goes to daycare with another girl named Scarlet, like red and red?
Yeah.
So Avi is green, but if she had a red name, I'd be freaking out.
And Bill. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's 3:11, so peace out. I'm like, it's time for me to go home from work.
Almost, yeah.
So
real quick though, if you are new, if you are still a lurker, I know we've talked about it before, but we're gonna say it one more time. You definitely need to jump in on this prize that we have for our community just to end out this show, because guys, we're not gonna be live before we shut the doors again.
Oh yeah.
This is the last time that me and Alicia will be live. I think Tanner might be going live on Monday, just to remind you guys, but
wait, we'll be live. We're doing Can the Cricut cut it?
Oh yeah, we're doing Can the Cricut cut it?
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. There may be tortillas involved.
There might be tortillas.
Yeah.
So
we will be live before then, but you can continue what you were saying.
But what I was getting at is jumping in on the deal. What they're getting in at our lowest price right now is definitely a must. Don't forget that. Once again, come February the 1st, prices go up. If you are grandfathered in right now, then that never changes for you.
Right.
So
it's permanent.
Yay for that.
Love that. So we will be back on Monday. If you want a condensed version of this live, make sure you've got post bell or the little bell notifications turned on so you know when we're posting. And y'all, we're posting like 6 days a week right now.
7.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're about to be, once the podcast is out, we'll be posting 7 times a week. So like big deal. We're trying to like pump it out for you guys. So pump it up. So we will be seeing y'all on Monday. And if y'all have any questions about the live today, email hi@makersgonnalearn.com and they will send them to me.
Yes.
And I can answer your questions.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll see y'all on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.